Hello friends, good evening. Can you hear me now? Can you please comment? Okay. Thank you. So today we are going to discuss get previous questions that are asked from complex analysis, right? So the first question is the contour integral dz by 1 plus z square evaluated along the contour going from minus infinity to infinity along the real axis and closed in the lower half plane circle is equal to. So here the question is given as our f of z is 1 by z square plus 1, that is f of z is equal to 1 by z minus I into z plus I, right? Now let me calculate the integral, but here the contour is defined. It is along the real axis and from minus infinity to infinity, the lower half of the circle, right? So the lower half of the circle is varying from minus infinity to infinity, right? So this is the contour. Now if I consider this contour, this minus I that is inside this contour and plus I that is outside this contour. So our pole is that is minus I, right? So what is the integral by Cauchy's residue theorem? 2 pi I into this integral value equal to residue at z is equal to minus I, because minus I value is inside the contour. That is 2 pi I into, so that is a single pole, so its residue is limit as z tends to minus I, right? Z plus I into f of z. F of z is 1 by z minus I into z plus I, right? So z plus I we can cancel. That is 2 pi I into, I can substitute this minus I here. So 1 by minus 2i. So 2 cancel and I cancel. So what is the answer? Minus pi, right? Minus pi is equal to minus 3.14. All right. Now let us go to another question. The pole of the function f of z is equal to cot z at z is equal to 0 is, right? So here also this f of z is equal to 1 by tan z. Cot z I can write as tan z. So tan z is equal to 0. At z is equal to 0, that is a pole, right? But that is a simple pole. If it is 1 by tan square z, then this z is equal to 0 is a double pole. If it is 1 by tan cube z, then z is equal to 0 is a pole with a third order, right? So this is a simple pole. It's a direct question. All right. Now let us go to another question. The value of the integral minus infinity to infinity cos kx divided by x square plus a square dx, where k is greater than 0 and a greater than 0. All right. So this we have already discussed the theory of doing this kind of function. As it is cos kx, we can write a real part of integral minus infinity to infinity cos e raised to, real part of e raised to I kx is cos kx, right? Divided by x square plus a square, that is I can write as x plus ia into x minus ia, right? Now integral minus infinity to infinity, if I consider a contour like this, right, from minus infinity to infinity, this we have discussed in theory. I am recommending to watch those theory, right? So if I am considering a contour like this, then this plus ia, right, that is x is equal to ia, that is inside this contour, and x is equal to minus ia, that is outside this contour. If I consider a contour like this, what we have studied, this x we can replace with a z, right? So the real part of minus infinity to infinity e raised to I k z divided by z plus ia into z minus ia. So this will be equal to the this we can apply using Cauchy's residue theorem. We can integrate this using Cauchy's residue theorem. That is 2 pi I into, what is our residue? Residue at our pole is IA, right? Because IA is inside this contour and minus IA is outside this contour. So residue at Z is equal to IA, right? So that is 2 pi I into, it is a single symbol pole, right? So sigma limit as Z tends to IA, Z minus IA into e raised to I k Z divided by Z plus IA into Z minus IA. Alright. So Z minus IA we can cancel. That is 2 pi I into. Now we can substitute this Z replace with IA. So here I square k. I square is minus 1. So e raised to minus ka divided by Z is equal to IA means here 2 IA. The 2 cancel, I cancel. So the answer is right, that is pi by a e raised to minus k, right? So pi by a e raised to minus k. So which one is the option? Option A is correct, right? All right. Now let us go to another question. The value of the integral, closed integral e raised to z sin z divided by z square dz, where the contour C per unit circle z minus 2 is equal to 1. So let us plot our, here the pole is z is equal to 0, right? Pole is z is equal to 0, that is a double pole, right? Now let us draw the domain, and the center is 2 0, right? This means this part representing center. So suppose here it is 2 and here it is 1 and the radius is 1, right? So we can draw a circle that is centered at 2 and with radius 1. So that this will be the circle, right? So here it is 3. Now if you look into this z is equal to 0 point, 0 is located here. So this pole is, that is outside this contour, right? This is the definition of this contour, right? So this is 2 0 is the center and 1 is the radius. So from the figure it is clear that the given pole is, that is z is equal to 0, that is outside this contour. So if I integrate this function, so that will be, the answer will be 0 because the pole is outside this contour, right? All right. So option D is correct. Now we have another question here. Which of the following statement is true for the function f of z is equal to z sin z divided by z minus pi the whole square? So here the function is blows up at z is equal to pi, right? Denominator becomes 0. So this is the pole, z is equal to pi is the pole, but it has a square here, so it is a pole of order 2, right? So f of z has a pole of order 2 at z is equal to pi. Option C is correct, right? Right. Consider the counterclockwise circular contour mod z is equal to 1 about the origin, right? Let f of z is equal to z sin z divided by z minus pi the whole square. Then the integral f of z dz over this contour is, right? So z is equal to pi, that is the pole, that is a double pole, right? So how can we calculate? So the integral f of z dz is equal to 2 pi I into sigma residue, right? So residue. So what is the pole? Z is equal to pi. So that is z is equal to pi is a double pole. So we can calculate residue at z is equal to pi. So that is a double pole. So that is 1 by 2 minus 1 factorial into limit as z tends to pi d raised to d by dz of z minus pi the whole square into z sin z divided by z minus pi the whole square. This will cancel out, and this 1 by 2 minus 1 factorial, that is 1 factorial, that is equal to 1, and limit as z tends to pi, and d by dz of z sin z, that is z sin z is, that is, so before that we can check the domain also, because this mod z is equal to 1 is given. So mod z is equal to 1 means center is 0 0 and radius is 1. So if I draw a circle of radius 1, right, then z is equal to pi. Pi is equal to 3.14, that is outside of this contour. So directly you can say answer is 0. So we need not calculate it, right, because we have to check the domain first. Okay, our pole is z is equal to pi, but this pole is, that is outside this contour, then we need not calculate, then the answer is 0, right. If suppose it is given that z is equal to some radius is equal to suppose 2, right, not 2, it is given that it is 4, mod z is equal to 4, then the point pi, that is 3.14 inside suppose here it is 4, then 3.14 inside this contour, then we have to do like this, right. So here this point is, pole is outside this contour, so the answer is 0. Now we have another question here. For the function f of z is equal to 16z by z plus 3 into z minus 1 whole square, the residue at pole at z is equal to 1 is, your answer should be an integer, right. So this at z is equal to 1 means we have only one pole, that is z is equal to 1, that is a double pole, right. So we need to calculate the residue. We need to calculate only the residue, not the integral of f of z. So what is the residue formula for a double pole? So residue is equal to, residue at z is equal to 1 is equal to, that is it is a double pole, so 1 by 2 minus 1 factorial into, right, limit as z tends to 1, d by dz of, right, z minus 1 the whole square into f of z, that is 16z divided by z plus 3 into z minus 1 the whole square. So z minus 1 whole square, z minus 1 whole square we can cancel out. So this is 1 factorial, that is 1 by 1 factorial is 1. So limit as z tends to 1, right, d by dz of 16 z by z plus 3, right. So 16 we can take out, limit as z tends to 1, and this z plus 3, z by z plus 3, z by z plus 3 which is on integrate, which is on differentiation, z plus 3 whole square, right, denominator into derivative of numerator. What is derivative of numerator? 1 minus numerator into derivative of denominator. So that is equal to 16 into, now we can substitute, this is z and z will cancel, 3 by z plus 3 the whole square, that is 3 divided by z is equal to 1, that is 4 square, that is 16. So answer is 3. So the answer should be an integer, that is equal to 3. All right. Now we have another question here. The value of the integral, closed integral z square divided by e raised to z plus 1 dz, where c is the circle, mod z is equal to 4, right. So here our pole is, we need to find the pole first. So e raised to z square divided by function f of z is equal to z square divided by e raised to z plus 1. So pole means the value of z at which is e raised to z plus 1 is equal to 0. So e raised to z is equal to minus 1. So minus 1 I can write as, that is e raised to I into 2n plus 1 into pi, right. So what is z? z is equal to I into 2n plus 1 into pi, right? So when n is equal to 0, the first pole, right? So suppose I am considering n is equal to 0, right? So z is equal to I pi, right? Z is equal to I pi, and z is equal to minus I pi, that also that is a pole, right? Because if I am considering a circle, here the condition is center is 0, right? And radius is 4. So if I draw a circle with radius 4, now this I pi, that is inside this, that is 3.14, right? So that is 3.14 is inside this circle, and minus I pi also inside this circle. So these are the poles corresponding to this situation, right? All right. Now if I substitute this residue, so we can find out residue at z is equal to I pi first, that is a simple pole. So that is equal to, so if a function which is given in this format, we can easily find out, that is z square divided by its residue, we can calculate by differentiating this denominator, that we have already discussed in theory, right? So e raised to z plus 1 differentiation is, that is e raised to z, right? Now we can substitute this z square plus z square divided by e raised to z. Now z I can replace with I pi. So I pi whole square, I square is minus 1. So pi square divided by here I pi, e raised to I pi is minus 1. So that is equal to pi square, right? Now residue at a minus I pi, what is the value? Again z square by e raised to z, right? That means at I pi, what is z square? Minus I pi the whole square divided by e raised to minus I pi, right? So minus square is again that is plus, and I square is minus 1. So minus pi square, and this e raised to minus I pi also minus pi. So pi square again, right? So what is the integral value? Integral value is 2 pi I into sum of residues, right? Sum of residues, that is 2 pi I into, what are the residues? Pi square plus pi square. So pi square plus pi square. So 2 pi I into 2 pi square. So this will be equal to 4 pi I, 4 pi square, sorry, that is 4 pi cube I, right? So which one is the option? Option C is correct, right? All right. Now we have another question here. Consider a complex function f of z 1 by z into z plus 1 by 2 into cos z pi. Which one of the following statement is correct? Right? So it has a simple pole at z is equal to, that is correct, right? Z is equal to 0 is a pole, because at z is equal to 0, this function blows up, right? It is invalid. So z is equal to 0 is a single pole. Z is equal to minus 1 by 2, that also a simple pole. So the first statement is correct, right? So z is that is a simple pole. Z is equal to minus 1 by 2, that also a simple pole, right? So this cos pi z, that has infinite number of values, right? So when cos z pi is equal to 0, that is 2 z pi is equal to 2n plus 1 into pi by 2, right? So z is equal to 2n plus 1 by 2. So that is where n is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. Okay, so this is an infinite pole, but z is equal to 0 and z is equal to minus 1 by 2, that is a simple pole, right? So the correct option is f of z has a simple pole at z is equal to 0 and z is equal to minus 1 by 2. All right. And there is no option f of z has whole simple pole. No, cos pi z, this corresponding to a infinite pole, right? So f of z has an infinite number of second order poles. No, this has single poles and this has infinite number of poles. So the correct option matching is option A, right? All right. Now let us come to another problem. Consider w is equal to f of z, that is equal to u of xy plus iv of xy, to be an analytic function in the domain D. Which one of the following option is not correct, right? So u of xy satisfy. So if w that is an analytic function, u plus iv is an analytic function, then u and v separately satisfy the Laplace equation that we have already proved in theory, right? So this option is correct, this option is correct. And z1 to z2 f of z dz, that is depend on the choice of the contour between z1 and z2. So for an analytic function, that means if a function is analytic everywhere, then integral f of z dz value is 0, right? That we have already studied, that is independent of this limit. So here it is given that dependent on the choice of this contour z1 and z2. For an analytic function, this integral f of z dz, that is equal to 0, that is independent of the choice of this contour limit, right? So this is incorrect statement, right? So next option is f of z can be Taylor expanded in D, right? So f of z can be Taylor, that also true. So if a function is analytic, it has only analytic part, there is no principal part, that also we have seen. So analytic part means that is a Taylor, we can expand in Taylor series. Next question is, which of the following is an analytic function of z everywhere in the complex plane? This also we have seen, this is z square, z cube, these kind of functions. If z is x plus iy, then these all are analytic, right? But in any function z bar square, z bar cube, so here z star representing, this is the conjugate of this complex number. Conjugate of the complex number is not analytic. This is analytic, this is not analytic, and mod z also not analytic. And if fraction of this complex function, that also not analytic. So the first option is correct. Which of the following is an analytic function of z everywhere in the complex plane, right? So this all we have discussed in theory, right? So the imaginary, the next question is, the imaginary part of an analytic complex function is that is v of xy, that is 2xy plus 3y. The real part of the function is 0 at the origin. The value of the real part of the function at 1 plus I is, right? So this is the question. So in this question, we need to calculate real part of the function at 1 plus I, right? So how can we calculate a real part? So if imaginary part is given, the real part we can find out using the formula we have already discussed in theory. U is equal to integral dou v by dou x dy minus sorry, it is dou v by dou y dx minus integral dou v by dou x dy. So this is the equation we have studied. But when we do the integration, we have to take y as a constant in this term, and here we have to neglect the x terms. No x term in this. So here u is equal to, what is dou v by dou y? That is integral dou v by dou y is equal to 2x plus 3 dx, right? Minus, so y treat as a constant, right? When we integrate, so we have no x term, y term here, so that's not a matter. Minus here dou v by dou x. What is dou v by dou x? 2y, right? 2y. So here we have 2y dy. So no x term here, there is no x term, so we don't bother about that. So when I am integrating this, this is x square by 2. So 2 cancel, plus 3x minus 2y square by 2. So y square. Now this real part at x is equal to 1 plus I, right? Real part at 1 plus I. 1 plus I means if you compare it with x plus iy, what is x value? X is equal to 1, y is equal to 1, right? Compare the coefficients, right? So x is equal to 1, if I substitute x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 1 in this equation. So 1 square, that is 1, 3 into 1, that is 3 minus 1. So 3, right? So what is the value of real part at 1 plus I? That is equal to 3. All right. Now let us go to another question. The absolute value of the integral 5z cube plus 3z square divided by z square minus 4 dz over the circle. So let us draw the domain first. So the radius is 1, right? And center is at 1.5. So here 1, here it is 1.2, here it is 3. So 1.5 is here. Center is at 1.5 and radius is 1. So from 1.5 to 2.5. Right here, radius is 1 means from 1.5 to 0.5. So this is the circle, right? So center is 1.5 and radius 1. This is a circle. So if you are looking to this case, here integral f of z, let me come to f of z. F of z is equal to that is 5z cube plus 3z square divided by z minus 2 into z plus 2. All right. So what are the pole? This minus 2. The pole is here it is minus 2. That is out of this contour. So we need not consider. Z is equal to 2. That is inside this contour. Right. So our pole value that is equal to 2. So instead of integrating this, we can calculate the residue at this. Cauchy's residue theorem. 2 pi I into residue at z is equal to 2. This is the value of integral f of z dz. Right. So that is equal to 2 pi I into, is a simple pole. So limit as z tends to 2, z minus 2 into f of z. Right. What is f of z? 5z cube plus 3z square divided by z minus 2 into z plus 2. Z minus 2 cancel. That is 2 pi I into, let me substitute z is equal to 2 here. So 5 into 2 cube plus 3 into 2 square divided by 2 plus 2, that is 4. So that is 2 pi I into, that is 5 into 2 cube, that is 5. So let me take 2 square out from this whole. So that is 4 and 4 we can take out and cancel. So here it is 10 and here it is 3. So 2 pi into 13, right? 2 pi into 13 I. So that is equal to 13 into 26 into 3.14 I. So in a complex plane, so we need not represent this I. In complex plane, we have to write the coefficient, right? So we have to mark the values in complex plane, right? So 26 into 3.14. That is the answer. 26 into 3.14. So when you expand this, you will get a 84.13 something, right? So that will be, you have to write it in the 2 decimal places. All right. So that is the answer. Now we have another question. That is the final question. For a complex variable z and contour c, mod z is equal to 1. So here domain is centered at the origin and radius is equal to 1, right? And we need to calculate 1 by 2 pi I curved integral z minus 2 by z plus 3 by z square dz. Now we can calculate all these separately. So 1 by 2 pi I into curved integral z dz minus 1 by 2 pi I into curved integral 2 by z, right? So that is 2 by z dz plus 1 by 2 pi I into curved integral 3 by z square dz. Now look into this. This is an analytic function, right? So z is equal to, there is no pole here, so its value is 0 minus 1 by 2 pi I into, here the pole is z is equal to 0, right? Z is equal to 0, that is a simple pole. So what is the residue? Residue is equal to, so its integral is 2 pi I into limit as z tends to 0, z into function f of z 2 by z, right? So z cancel. Now plus, right? So z tends to 0 means that will be 2. So here 2 pi I cancel. So here the answer is minus 2, right? Plus, now we can calculate the third part. That is a double pole. Z is equal to 0. That is a double pole. So 2 pi I, 1 by 2 pi I, that is outside, into, we have the integral is 2 pi I into sum of residue. So this is 1 by 2 pi out, and integral of this function is, that is 2 pi I into sum of residues. So what is residue? That is a double pole. So 1 by n minus 1 factorial, that is 2 minus 1 factorial into limit as z tends to 0, right? Z tends to 0, d by dz of z square into 3 by z square. Z square cancel. So differential of constant, that is 0. So this entire term is 0. So the only result is what is remaining? Minus 2. So answer is minus 2. Alright. Alright. So the option is minus 2. Alright. So this all about this gate paper discussion, and in the next section we will discuss net questions from complex analysis. Okay. Thank you.
Seed Physics Clinic is a unique career endeavor, provides organized coaching for UGC CSIR NET and IIT JAM. We provides live interactive classes, online exam series, and organized study materials. For more details, contact 9388 77 666.